Hey guys, what is up? Storm here. Today I believe we are doing chest inventories, and last episode I did say we would be doing GUI in another episode. However, I believe chest inventory will go really quick, so if we have time at the end of this, I will start doing the GUI script. Alright, let's get started by creating a new C# script and just call it chest GUI. Chest inventory, sorry. Alright, open that up. Alright, so it's pretty much just gonna be an exact copy of this. So what we need is we need to import our using system.collections.generic so we can have lists, and we want to make a public list of inventory, and let's call it chest inv equals new list inventory. So we can just go ahead and copy this, and yeah, so that's pretty much actually change, yeah, we need this as well, and we can also change this to chest inv, and yeah, that should be it. Alright, so that's chests. So if we go into GUI, if we go into inventories and just add a new folder and call it GUI, and in here create a new C# script and call it chest GUI. So let's open that up, and quickly in the chest inventory just add a public, actually you can make that, yeah, no, public chest GUI, chest GUI. Alright, just because we want to be able to access some things from it. Actually, no, we'll do that in, sorry. Come on, open up. Alright, so in here, we need our void on GUI. And we will also want a public GUI skin. Yeah, so next thing we will need is a public list. Actually, we need to import it first. So we import using system.collections.generic. And now we make our list of inventory, and we call it chest inv equals new list inventory. So if we make a small function down here called public void give inventory, and it takes an inventory I, then we just do this dot inventory chest inv equals I. So yeah, what we can do in start is actually an update, or if we have a public void open chest, we can add chest GUI dot give inventory, and then just give it our chest inventory. So what this does is we have our chest inventory up here, which is pretty much the same as here, in which we can add things how we wish, and we'll be able to remove things, which we'll work on that maybe this episode, maybe next episode. So whenever this open chest is called, so if we just for instance did open if input dot get key down, and then we did key code dot e, then we want to open chest. So what this would do is, I'll show in a second, is when we add our public void, so when we call this, we go to our chest GUI and we say give inventory, and we add this as a parameter. So the parameters that give inventory takes is an inventory, so which is defined here. So what we do is then we set our chest inventory here is equal to whatever this is given. So our chest inventory here. So if I did game object create empty actually, can we do list inventory? We'll come back to that in a sec. If I create a empty game object and we call it chest, and we just give our chest our sprite sheet, and for now we'll just set it to stick. Yeah, so we'll set it to stick for now. So that's our chest, and we'll attach our script to our chest. It needs a chest GUI and also chest inventory. Alright, so we'll also give it one thing, our chest inventory, and we'll make it a stick. Actually, just leave that as this. We'll make a amount of item 1. Excuse me for being a little bit off. I have had a little bit of a break. Alright, so I wasn't meant to put that there. What we need to do is, how am I going for time? Still good time. So add our script, our script to our chest, and in our chest we'll just give it 1, and we'll make it, it's got 5, and we'll give it, in our prefabs we'll give it the stick item, and for item manager we'll give it that, and for chest UI manager we give it itself. So we need to fix this error. So in GUI chest, what this is saying is we can't convert type inventory to list because it is trying to convert this into a list. So what we need to do is pretty sure we can do that. Yep. So just turn this into a list and give it inventory as its parameter, and then we can set it here. So what we should be able to see is if we click play and we check our chest inventory here, see how it's got nothing? So as soon as we press E, it gives it our stick and 5 items. So we only do that just for a check, so we can make sure we can update it when we want to, like, open the chest, for example. So let's work on that part now. So if we actually, I'll open up Photoshop while I do this. So we'll have our so open recent, and I'll open our sprite sheet. 2 seconds. We'll come here and we'll draw things that will have an inventory in this row here. Again, preference, and you can draw whatever you want. So I'll do a quick drawing, and I will be back when I've done. And I am back. So now that you have your chest drawn, let's just save this, and if we go to here, we can just change this to our chest, just so we can make it a little bit more easier to notice what's what. So we now have our chest, and we can, actually I should probably center this, I forgot, didn't mean to move around. Alright, so we should probably, sorry, we'll work on our distance part now. So if we go into chest inventory, we'll have our public player here. So we'll just get a public entity, checking entity, and we'll have an update. So public bool, we need a public bool here, can open, and I'll explain what we're going to do with this in a sec once I've written it out. So if vector2 dot distance between transform, actually we'll do rigid body 2D dot transform dot position and checking entity dot rigid body 2D dot transform dot position is smaller than 2 seconds. Sorry about that. Is smaller than let's just go ahead and say 3. And what we want to do is can open is equal to true, else can open is equal to false. So this is going to check. So basically can open is going to be our check for if we can open the chest or not. So yeah, and then our checking entity will be our player. So this just gets the position of our chest, so whatever this is attached to, and then it gets the position of whatever we set checking entity to, in which our case will be player, and we say if the distance between these two is smaller than 3, then we want can open to be equals to true, otherwise can open should equal false. So what we'll do now is, I should probably actually, in all fairness, do this in the player class, but I won't. So we'll do if can open is equal to true, then we'll have our check here to open the chest, and then we'll have a public bool is open, and we'll have is open. We'll have toggle chest. We'll call this toggle chest just for simple purposes, and we'll have is open is equal to is open. So basically we want if is open, then we want it to do nothing. If isn't open, right? And we'll also have a bool in here to draw our inventory. So in here we add public bool draw inventory. So we just do if in here draw inventory is equal to true. So that's that. Alright, so basically what we've done here is, we'll call this toggle chest. What we have done is we've set is open is equal to not is open. So if is open is equal to true, basically we want to set it to false. So it does the opposite of whatever is open is. So that's that. So if can open is equal to true, so we set that here. Then we want it to input the get key down, key code E toggle chest. So we can test that now. Yeah, delete this. We don't need that anymore. So we can test that and do this. So click play, walk over to our chest. So you see if I press E now, it's not doing anything here. If we walk closer to the chest and I press E, oh, sorry. Give the chest a rigid body and remove gravity to be 0 and fixed angle. Sorry about that. If we walk over to our chest and we press, so if we press E now, we can see there's nothing. Oh, sorry, last thing I forgot about this. If we drag player onto checking entity, then that's fine. So now we walk over and we can go check our chest. So I press E, it opens because it's less than 3, and it's not open now. Press E, 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 E. I walk over here I press E, we can still use it. That shouldn't be happening. Hmm, 2 seconds. Let me review this. Actually, remove this part here quickly. And we'll do this. What's our can open? So our can open should equal false, but it equals true. Alright, 2 seconds. So if vector 2, the distance between Alright guys, I found it. So basically here what we've done is we've said if can open equals true. But it just sets can open to be true because we didn't add 2 equal signs here. You probably picked that up. So if I click play now, this should work. And it works. So if I press E now, you see it does nothing. But if I walk over to the chest, we might have to fine tune the distance, but if I walk to the chest, you see I can press E here and it adds our thing to the inventory. And our second thing we need to do is, what I did is I just load this, so this check happens before this happens, so just load that. And second thing we also want to do is chest GUI dot draw inventory equals true, and then else chest GUI dot draw inventory equals false. Alright, so yeah, we're running out of time, so I'll pick up next lesson episode with drawing the GUI. I'm sorry, but that does prep us for drawing the GUI and having everything ready. So next episode should be a sort of quickish episode, and I promise we will have GUI by the end of next episode. Alrighty guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.